Those prolific offenders know what they can and can't get away with. They know that they're not going to be stopped, and they know that there's a certain amount of sterling value that they can steal where they won't get or prompt a police response because it doesn't class as urgent, it's not classed as, you know, high value. There's been a big power shift. The nature of shoplifting has changed in terms of it's a much more organised process now. What we are seeing is individuals that are shoplifting to fund habits. We're seeing a lot more organised crime and a lot more prolific offenders that would be doing this day in, day out, so almost like a job for them. I've just passed my 6 years, so I've been working in Co-op for 6 years now. Prior to that, I've worked in retail now in total for 15 years, so I've seen quite an extensive increase in terms of crime. Organised shoplifting looks like a group of people or individuals coming in, essentially having freedom to kind of loot, sometimes coming in with shopping lists, so they'll have specific items that they will go to select in the store that they've been asked to shoplift, and they will then sell on. This is one of the organised I would call them gangs that we're seeing at the moment that are targeting us in the evening. So this is when we actually have a guard in place as well. So it's this individual here selecting bottles of wine accompanied by this individual as well. But you can see how brazen they are. So they've got baskets. They know exactly what they want to come in and take. That individual, that colleague knows exactly what's happening, but is kind of powerless to do anything with that. I know he's trying to contact the police as well, and he's already pushed the button, but what is worse for me, I think, is that person that you can see behind where he hasn't noticed that threat, I suppose. And obviously how powerless they kind of feel in that situation. We do everything possible that we can do in store, so we log it on the police crime website, which then prompts a link sent to us where we can upload the footage, and we will then provide that footage to the police of the incident that's taken place. And a lot of the time what we're seeing is these cases are being closed because they can't either identify them, identify the individuals to charge them, or they're not there at the time that the incident's happened as well. So a lot of this stuff that we're giving to the police has happened in the past tense, so it becomes very much more difficult for them to target these individuals. We've invested loads in terms of making colleagues feel safer and obviously being safer. So we've got headsets which allow us to contact each other at any times. We also have body cams, so these help in terms of escalations of aggressive incidents. We're able to film those so that we can capture video images as well as the CCTV that we have. We also have something that we call CCTV, which is Mighty Live monitored CCTV, and we have buttons around the store that we're able to press if we have certain incidents. So in terms of the measures that the Co-op have taken to make our store safer, we've absolutely pulled out all the stops and done everything that we can. But what we need now is better police responding and more police support on prolific offenders that we are seeing day in, day out, with almost like a freedom to loot. Something that you might not think is a security measure that's put in place is these kind of acrylic risers. What it stops people from doing is being able to put their arm into the whole shelf and then getting it straight into a bag. It also means that we take it out of the boxes as well, so it's not then easy to take multiple items at once. So you might not notice this if you were going into a shop, but this is one of the measures that we put in place to stop this from happening. We've got our safer cases on our steak products, so these aren't easy to take off as well. So we put a lot of our meat products in these safer cases. We've also got safer cases on things like coffee. We also have our bottle tops, as well as part of our safer cases, we have our bottle tops as well. So this gets put on more of our high value lines as well to kind of deter that shoplifting that we do see. And these can only be taken off at the till point. Obviously I've been in the Co-op for 6 years now, so I've experienced quite a few different situations. So I've actually had a knife pulled on myself in my store when I was behind a till serving a customer. And I just remember sort of going into panic mode and just thinking, what do I do in this situation? But that next level thinking is just give this person what they want, because I've got other colleagues behind the tills as well, so I want to make sure that they are protected. And yeah, you just feel a bit helpless, because the main priority for me always in my shops is to protect my colleagues and make sure that they're safe. If I'm being completely honest, I don't always feel safe at work. I feel like the co-op and the business is doing everything that we possibly can, but there is more that is needed to do to make colleagues feel safer in stores, and that comes from better police responding and better police support, and also harsher sentences for this kind of crime, because they aren't victimless crimes. There is another colleague on the other end of that feels unsafe at times in their job, and that's not something that we should expect colleagues to feel.